G'day everybody, here it's Moose from Moose Marine. I want to show you some of the cool features available here on the Axiom Pros. So if we are in our standard sonar running high chirp at the moment, go into our settings, cruise on down to setting full menu. In the sonar display we have a few different options. First one is color palette. That will allow us to change the color that everything gets displayed as. So we've got classic blue at the moment. Some people like the classic blacks. Some like white. There really is no right or wrong. It's personal preference. Oscilloscope, will show us what is happening beneath the cone at any one time. It's also a really nice reference to know how wide of an area your cone is at the bottom. So you can see the cone here is 43 feet wide, 42 now, dropped a bit. So if you want to get an idea of how much ground you're covering at the bottom, this is a nice little way of doing it. And you can position that as a standard oscilloscope in 2D on the right, center, and off, as well as having it as a cone form. Bottom lock, as the name suggests, focuses in on the bottom, shows the full depth and locks the bottom down here. See, it's raised up now. Depth lines, as you suggest, are just lines indicating depth. White line paints this thick white line where it believes the hardest return is, or the strongest return. And this is particularly useful if you want to fish for things amongst seagrass, for example, because it will paint the white line at where the sea bottom is, and then you'll see the fuzz of the seagrass just above that white line. Getting a lot of arches here. Bottom fill fills in the bottom, so it takes that hardness line and basically just fills everything below it. So if you're not interested in the bottom, want to focusing on things on top, makes it a little bit clearer. Color threshold is quite groovy. It allows you to eliminate how dense an object has to be before it will be displayed. So at the moment it shows us everything denser than the water itself, but if I move this bar down, you can see now I'm only seeing the denser fish, and to the point where I can't see anything. So if we want to filter out a lot of this noise in the background of smaller fish, we can drown them out. You do lose some sensitivity, but now we're seeing just the decent fish, as well as the bait school here. Scroll speed, as it suggests, is how fast the scroll is from left to right. If I go faster, things are elongating. If I go slower, you barely see them at all. So finding the correct scroll speed is pretty important to your boat speed. I'm going to leave it about 100%. You can also use the physical controls to do this. So if we cruise on now to transducer selection, this allows me to select from the RV transducer, the RV100 or 200 or 300, and the built-in 1 kilowatt sonar. In this case, you've got 275 low, high, wide. I can describe where I have the transducer placed on my boat, so if I have a yacht, for example, and where I want to get my temperature source from. Over in the sounder, you'll see I can select the name of the sounder, so if I want to rename it as internal or whatever. Turn ping on or off, so basically stop the sonar. Change my ping rate and my power modes. If I have a 1000 watt sonar but I only want to transmit a bit less, I can change the power output, or I can hit it on auto. Image correction, AHRS stabilization, has more of an effect for 3D. Raymarine tell me they're going to activate this across all their sonar platforms, so that will work as a heave compensator. Reverse port starboard, as if you've mounted the transducer backwards for whatever reason. Interference rejection, if you're running electrical objects such as trolling motors that create a lot of interference. You can select interference rejection to dial it in or down. Second, if particularly on hard bottoms, you'll get a ghost echo underneath the bottom. You can turn that off, and you can reset everything as well. In page settings, it's just your data overlay. So hopefully you've learnt something about the more advanced settings. Raymarine's pretty good. It has this little button down here that allows you to change your basic stuff such as intensity, surface filter, and your gain pretty easily, or just hit them all to automatic. And the automatic system works pretty well on these units. So hopefully you've learned something a little bit about the Raymarine Axiom Pro SONAR system. If you've got any questions, you give us a call at 0411 816 660 or info@moosemarine.com.au.
Hey, thanks for watching the latest Quick Look with Moose from Moose Marine. If you like this video, please click the subscribe below so you can keep up to date with all the other videos. Please share with your friends, like the video below, please comment if you have any suggestions. See you later.